It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Browns and the Jags. And it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Where the Gator Bowl once stood, now stands this facility. Everbank Field, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Jacksonville, Florida. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Ball teed up, Logan Cook after the kick. And we're underway from Everbank Stadium. Center return, Nyheim Hines. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And bringing them out, a former #1 overall pick out of Clemson in 2021, Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence has had a remarkable career. Over 50 starts in high school and a winner all the way along. A national champion and 3-year starter at Clemson, and really a starter from day one after the first pick in the draft in Jacksonville. The key for Trevor at this level, though, is to do it season in and season out. That's what the greats before him have done. The Bradys, the Mannings, the #1 picks of the past. If you want to become a great and you want to take your game to another level, you got to do it year in and year out.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Josh Hines-Allen, that time to haul him down. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, Lion!
Lawrence working from the gun. Chased out to his right. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Here we go.
They'll give to Chubb on the option. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. Offense executing early, new set of downs at the 38-yard line. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Stopped by Foye Oluokun. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And we continue to await our opening score of this ball game.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Watson's going to come out throwing. That's Thomas. He's got it. And he's got it up to midfield and into Browns territory.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Hey, 31.
They go right back to Etienne. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. We'll look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. We've finished one quarter in what's still a scoreless game. Couple of zeros on the board right now. Back to Everbank Stadium in just a bit. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They'll begin the quarter with 2nd and 8. From the 39. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks.
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
An individual player taking over a drive isn't limited to just skilled players on the offense. If a defender gets in a groove like this, he can wreck a drive single-handedly with his pass rush. That is back-to-back sacks for him now. And it sure seems like whatever move he's throwing out there, it's working.
Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the 2nd time. And they couldn't be backed up much further, Brock. A safety, really the only concern as they take possession here inside their 5-yard line. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
As an offense in these situations, Kate, you can feel your own goal line, and you're not going to risk putting the ball in the air. So that means you're going to run it, and you're going to buy whatever breathing room you can.
And that's good for a gain of 5. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there. Got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He has the first over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in-cut and make the catch.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion.
They'll run here from the gun. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. All set up now for 1st and 10.
Hey.
Another carry for him. Jukes out a 1-stop. And this play heads out of bounds. Marker down, though, Brock. Could be some free yards here.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Things got a little too carried away there, and we are not surprised at all to see the flags fly and the penalty called.
Automatic 1st down.
A fresh set of downs after that penalty. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's go. Here we go.
They'll run here following the penalty. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Red on red.
From the 19. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Fullback pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's knocked loose. Jags pick it up. Look, you know I'm always trying to be positive, partner. You take away the ending, it was a great drive. Everything they were hoping for, but all that work and effort, it's gone.
And all that people are going to remember is that ending, Kate. That's all that unfortunately matters for this offense.
Second drive coming up for the Jacksonville offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Tackle there from Dalvin Tomlinson. Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. From his own end zone on 3rd and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Gets this one away from a tough spot, backed up inside the end zone. Punt taken near midfield. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game.
Here's the 24.
First and 10, it's Lawrence. Dumped off to his running back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. He lets one fly deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. One last play before the break. Throwing it just before halftime. He's loaded another one up. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So we've reached halftime. A rough one for a former quarterback like my partner to watch so far. Hang in there. We're scoreless at the break. Now we'll keep it in the state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Kate, back to you and Brock in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. We'll stay in the NFC North as we head over to the Motor City to check on the Lions at home in Detroit. And they have the lead over the visiting Buccaneers as that game has gone to halftime. Amon-Ra St. Brown, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Jalen Warren, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Not too much to show you in terms of scoring plays. In fact, there's nothing to show you. A scoreless tie here at the half. Both of these defenses have been outstanding thus far. These two teams making their final adjustment for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Well, Brock, I think it's safe to say this has been a defensive slobber knocker through two, right? Maybe some points finally on the horizon as we resume play. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Jacksonville has its offense out there to start this third quarter. And they could take control of the second half early, Brock, if they break the tie on this opening drive. First and 10. Here's Watson. Has him on the quick hitter. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. Offense to the line for second down. Working from the gun, Watson. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. They have themselves another first and 10. Davis, the motion man right. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. Halfway to the marker, it's second and 5. Now a give to ETN running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. From the gun, Watson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Secures this at the 17. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's swallowed up in the middle, no gain on the run. The former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Escapes out to the left. Now here he goes. Give him 32 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first.
Hey, Lion! Here we go.
Running right with Chubb. And he's going to run this down to the 36-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Again, it's Chubb. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And that's good for Cleveland. First down.
Hey, let's go. 30 left.
Lawrence now off the play action. He'll get this complete to Chubb. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Red on red.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll go down here at the 16. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Browns grab the lead on their first series of the half. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this: slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
York tacks on that extra point. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Kickoff taken at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. Jacksonville heading out there on offense. And it's not good, Brock, when you're discussing their punter as one of your early game MVPs, but they just haven't been able to get anything going so far.
No, you'll hear some old school coaches, especially defensive-minded coaches, Kate, and they'll say, hey, man, there's nothing wrong with the drive ending with a kick, right?
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did. Wasted no time in getting that sack.
Just 1 yard. Could have used considerably more. That's going to bring up third and very long. This is the end of the third quarter. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Out of the gun, here's Watson. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Jaguars into punt formation. Logan Cook, the one to kick it away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be their football. They begin the drive with Chubb. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that gives the Browns a first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. They are running from the gun with Chubb. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. We're going to have a stoppage here as we see an injured player. It's David Njoku, who's worse for wear following the play. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Hey, easy. Route.
From the 29. They did it! He made the interception! Fourier He was trying to fit it into a window in the zone coverage, but by the time he let it go, boy, Brock, that lane had closed, and someone was there to make a play on it.
And what you're trying to do in zone coverage defensively is make that quarterback see a window that isn't actually there. And as soon as he takes the bait and sends it over the middle, well, you got 1, 2, 3 defenders all there in range to go pick it off.
Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Second and 3 now.
Reset.
ETN again. Salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, once we saw them on a collision course with one another, we know how inertia works. The bigger man, he wins.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Reset.
And he's caught behind. For a loss.
It takes every piece of the symphony working in concert right there. When you run a draw on 3rd and long, everybody's got to do their job. The problem, they didn't, and this defense responded.
Jacksonville in punt formation. And he's going to do the honors for the 4th time today. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they're going to take over possession. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. And this run's limited to a minimal gain up to about the 44. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. Juke the defender. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. This will be the last play before our 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he rips off 8 yards on the final play before our 2-minute warning. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Let's go. Here we go.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's taken down with a short gain to the 25. So after the 2-minute warning, another stoppage here. The defense is calling time. 1:55 to go.
Red on red.
Back to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal.
24.
Here's Chubb. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. Backed up to the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal.
On red.
They try Chubb again. And they'll make... Small push to the 5. 3 yards on the run. It's going to be 3rd and goal.
Hey, run.
He's in for the touchdown. The Browns go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns double their lead to 14. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's Duvernay on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Brian Thomas Jr., his intended target. So it'll be 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Back to the air, Watson. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here he is to throw. Oh, they get to him behind the line, and he loses the football. But the Jaguars get back on top of the loose football. They're keeping possession. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Denzel Ward makes the play. And the Browns are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Back out now comes the Browns offense. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Chubb is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. York now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns stretch their lead to 21. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Watson now off play action. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there, just 11 seconds remaining.
You know what I like about this shot down the field, Kate? It keeps a defense honest. They know defensively, if we overcommit, we could get burned deep.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. State pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. So the Browns will take this win home with them. And they can be proud of their exploits on the road and overall so far this season as they improve to 2-0. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a well-earned win for the Browns as we bid farewell from Jacksonville.